Wings starting lineup.
Bryant McIntosh leads the Big Ten in assists, and Aaron Falzone. Possible matchup for the Wildcats. He is a great power forward.
Mark Turgeon, of course, leading the Terps, reigning Big Ten Coach of the Year. Got them to the NCAA tourney last year for the first time in 5 years, and off to a fabulous start. As Bob, we look at our marquee matchup.
I'll tell you what, the guards in this game are very, very good. Very important to their teams. Melo Trimble, 13.7, 5.7 assists. On the other side, almost.
Two fabulous point guards should lead the way in this one. It's the 5th all-time meeting between these two. Northwestern won the first game. Maryland has won the last 3, including a dramatic win here last season and a 13-point victory in Evanston earlier this month. The Terps control the opening tip, and here comes Melo Trimble.
We're going to see some funky defenses out of Northwestern. Some man, some zone, some combination of man and zone. It's designed to confuse the opponent.
Here's Carter, and he shuffled his feet. So Maryland turning it over on its opening possession, and we'll see what the Wildcats can do.
McIntosh, the guy with the basketball right here, is the most underrated player in the Big Ten Conference.
And backs him off and misses, and the rebound to Carter, but it's not.
Nine assists and 5 rebounds the last time these two teams got together in a Terp victory. He played great.
Here's Falzone, good outside shooter, but he misses that one. Lumpkin the rebound. Falzone will try another, and this one he hits.
I said Falzone was frequent from 3, and I meant it. This guy has the green light for Chris Collins, no doubt.
Good sign, too, for him to hit early. He's been just 2 of 13 over the last 2 games. And he's talking to Brian James, assistant coach, today, and he said, you know, when he hits one early, it gets him going. DeMonte Dodd has it blocked away, but a foul on Northwestern as we check out our tire rack expert analysis.
Well, they've got to make threes, and that. And Tribble, terrific. And right here, they get Dodd on the interior. Dodd. In Diamond Stone, but I asked Mark Turgeon about his philosophy. An extremely unselfish player, and that's his reasoning for starting him.
And I guess you don't mess with what is working, and it certainly is. Here is Sanjay Lumpkin up top for Northwestern. Now Falzone. Van Zegren, the transfer, 5th-year man from Virginia Tech. That one rolls out. Carter the rebound for the Terps. Lehman up there, and looks like they
block out a guy like Carter, the better off you're going to be. If you let him get in close to the basket and then block him out, forget it. It's not going to happen.
Northwestern has been rebounding very well this year. They have a positive rebound margin. I know a lot of people don't like to look at the rebound margin in this day of advanced stats, but they've gone 17 straight years having a negative rebound margin. Carter with the block, and here they come the other way now. Trimble gets it to Carter, who lays it up and in.
Split second.
Talking to Chris Collins today, he talked about the first matchup where Maryland had 40 first-half points. He said they got 24 off live ball turnovers or ill-advised shots, which they turned into transition baskets, so we'll be keeping an eye on that. Shot clock at 5. Lumpkin in the lane. Gets it up off the rim. No. Tipped around, and it comes to Northwestern. So a fresh 30. Here's Demps for 3. The guy's been struggling with his shot. Foul zone. Or Lumpkin rather tracks down the rebound. Now McIntosh hits a 3 out top.
Northwestern is showing guts in this game so far. When you get that many offensive rebounds early in the game, both of their threes came off missed shots and offensive boards.
Here's Suleiman, transfer from Duke. Now Melo Trimble. And Trimble loses it. Here comes Demps. He's got McIntosh with him. And Demps has it knocked away by Suleiman. It will stay with Northwestern.
Well, Maryland can go end to end. Basket, and you're going to get layups if you're playing with Melo Trimble or McIntosh for that matter.
Well, we've been talking about Diamond Stone. He is in the lineup, as is Northwestern's freshman big man, Derek Parton, who hits a layup. And interestingly, Alex Ola is in there as well. This is a wrinkle they told us they would use today, playing 2 big men at once. Have not done this in the past as Scott hits inside.
Well, the reason for that is that Chris Collins is so concerned when Diamond Stone and Carter are in.
For the Northwestern freshman.
Remember when no one knew who he was?
I think it was evident as the game went on. Nebraska certainly didn't. Suleiman with a nice feed, and Stone gets his first 2. You know, the other rationale, though, Bob, that Chris Collins was talking about today is, look, we're shooting the ball terribly. We have 3 very capable big men. Why not try to mix and match?
And that's one of the things that they got to be concerned. And Scotty Lindsey also.
There's Parton backing his way in, and Derek Parton has really made his presence known. A half dozen quick points for the freshman.
Yeah, can you imagine if they had Vic Law, the outstanding.
As Trimble hits the runner.
You know how tough that shot is? I mean, that's like an 8 on a 10-degree difficulty scale. When you're floating in the lane like that, man, that is something.
Trimble making it look easy. McIntosh trying to answer for Northwestern. That's a long 2.
McIntosh showing a lot of guts out there when he's making those shots. He's giving this big
They call the foul on that one, so Northwestern will shoot 2.
Derek Parton. You're not all Big Ten, but you might be someday. Big time. Parton in the hoop. He's feeling it. And then another. Backboard to the free throw line. McIntosh, big time.
Trey Demps misses the first free throw, guys. Been a real shooting slump, and he misses both of them. So a lost opportunity there for the Wildcats.
Maryland's been careless with the ball in the game so far. They've got 4 turnovers. I like Alex Ola. Watch him in the paint right here. Now, Ola has a stress fracture in his foot that he's recovering from, and he is moving side to side very well. mean, not only and it out to the guys making threes.
You saw the turnover story early, 5 for the Terps. Demps misses. Ola can't get that rebound. And Nickens, who's checked in for Maryland, comes out of there with it. Jared Nickens, the sophomore out of the state of New Jersey.
He can shoot it.
Triple. The runner doesn't go, and it's cleared out. Trap gets it to Ola. The big guy weaving his way in. Back out to Demps. Shot clock at 10. And a foul on the Terps. That'll go against Diamond Stone. That'll be his first.
Well, we talked to Mark Turgeon today about the development of Diamond Stone. And he said, you know, when he's in high school, he's playing in the paint all the time. Here in college basketball, he's got to hedge out 30 feet away from the basket like everybody has to do in the pick and roll situations. That's a lot to learn early.
McIntosh down low to Pardon, gets his man in the air, gets it to go.
The iron was a little kind to Pardon on that one.
Eric Pardon, 8 points, has really made his presence felt. 4 of 4 in this game. Both teams shooting well. Northwestern at 50%, Maryland at 67%.
The pass inside. The lefty, watch it, gets almost 360 degrees of the rim. I'll tell you, this guy has ability, and he's got long arms. He's only 6'8", and he's got 7'2" reach when he goes fingertip to fingertip. So he plays bigger than his size, and he has feel for the game in the lane. Kind of understands the angles very well.
6'8", but a true post player, as you say. He is the center of the future for Northwestern, along with a highly touted recruit, Barrett Benson, who's coming in next year. Nickens gets the roll on the three-pointer.
Well, you said roll. When he gets in the game, 98 of his shots that he takes.
Going. Now Pardon out top. Short, tipped up, no good. Ball battled for, and it is going to Maryland. Northwestern 16-12. Chris Collins' team off to a good start against Mark Turgeon and the Terps.
Smooth sailing for the Terps. There have been games where they have almost lost, a game that they didn't play well for long stretches because of these guys.
Part of the talent of that coach is to blend the old with the new, and here's one of them in Carter. Now Stone hits the jumper.
He's an offensive player. There's no doubt about that. He's got to learn more about defense.
Sanjay Lumpkin, who was tremendous here last year, 12 points in the Wildcats' very narrow loss, his most ever in a Big Ten game.
The reason we have the whole game. They only had 4 turnovers in their last game.
I can't leave Jake Lehman that open. He hits the three. First three ball for him. And the Terps now within 1. They're 2 of 3 behind the arc. There's Van Zegeren back to Demps. Approaching the midway point of the first half. Scotty Lindsey Gets it to go. A 3 ball from Scotty Lindsey, the sophomore out of suburban Chicago.
We talked about for them to have a chance in this game against the highly ranked Terps, they've got to make 8 threes, and they're well on their way to do that already.
Stone.
Jake Layman's a guy who has to be guarded closely. And right here, he is all by himself. Mix up on the defense that time, but that has not been frequent so far. Northwestern knowing where all the shooters are. Conspicuously absent right now from the scoring is Melo.
Seconds, so the big guy needs to sit down for Maryland.
Unfortunately, Maryland's going small right here. And Mark Turgeon. 3 guards in the game.
Now one of them is Varun Ram, who has seen much more playing time here.
That's
the
number
freshman
4.
foul zone.
Yeah, that's his role on this team.
Again, I think it bears repeating. They missed their first 17 threes in the loss to Penn State.
3 of 26 in that game. And oddly enough, I'm surprised that this is not. Right here, the push. This is a very good pass right through 2 guys. And it looked like he grabbed him from behind, which is, to me, this should be flagrant 1.
Now they're looking at it again.
Flagrant 1. It's not excessive. It was unnecessary. But I think we're going to get a flagrant 1. I'll be surprised if we don't.
It is a flagrant 1 foul on Sanjay Lumpkin. And Chris Collins does not agree. If you're a great start is Lamont Simpson coming over to talk it over here with Bob, and again letting him know a flagrant 1 foul on Sanjay Lumpkin.
Could be a turning point. Mark down 8:45 in your mind when this happens.
Ohio State, I mean, they were just fabulous against Ohio State last time out, beat them by 35 points. And frankly, it wasn't that close. It was
games before that for Maryland. They go on the road, and they could have easily lost at Wisconsin. Trimble saves them with a 3 from about 40 feet away. And then they lose to Michigan. And in that game, Trimble did not play well in that game either in terms of numbers. So then they come home and do what you talked about with Ohio State. So, you know, there have been some ups and downs with their performances as of late.
Layman, not Garden, so nothing else off the flagrant foul. Now a near turnover. Good hustle by Rashid Suleiman. Knocks it out of bounds right in front of us.
And his job is to get into the face of McIntosh and be annoying.
We've seen his role increase here, as I mentioned, over the last few.
They need to block out further away from the goal.
There's Lindsay. That one back heel out. Harden going for the rebound, and he is called for the foul.
The three-point shot, very important for the Wildcats. 3 of 26 in their last game. They are knocking them in.
It's a guy who's hit some winning shots in his career.
On the part of the Wildcats, they are out hustling Maryland on their offensive glass, which is really surprising because Maryland is really athletic. The long shots are leading to long rebounds, and Chris Collins' group have gotten all of them.
And then turnovers have been a huge story, too. We just saw the 8th one for Maryland. Northwestern with just one. Ola goes to the hook, doesn't go. Falzone, another offensive rebound.
That of a three-point shooter, but he's going to the glass in this game. He's got a couple of offensive rebounds already.
That was interesting in talking to Greg Gard. I had Northwestern's game against Wisconsin last week, and the Badger coach was saying that kid is going to be a really good all-around player in this league, not just a guy who steps out and hits the three.
Well, he's right.
Here's Trimble with the shot clock under 10. Great pass, but then Dodd threw it away. Another turnover for the Terrapins.
They average 13. They can be careless. That's one of the things about their team that
12 more shots due to the turnovers and the offensive rebounds. Foul zone.
Time for Trimble to step up with 6:18 to go. Of what to do in games. It's incredible.
Low to Ola, cannot get it to go. Good recovery there by the Terps, and here comes Trimble. Through the lane to Lehman, who is fouled.
Goes up there. I think he hits his hand when he went down, and he's looking at it. I think that to counteract the clogging of the lane that they have, I think Maryland's got to feel free to shoot from 3. The offensive glass for the white shirts.
Foul zone. McIntosh for three, rims out. Van Zegeren the offensive board, and he is fouled.
They're out hustling him. That's clear. Mark Turgeon is not going to be happy with this. On a miss, get after it on the glass. Length is important. Van Zegeren doing a terrific job in there.
Now Van Zegeren is, to put it mildly, not a very good free throw shooter. He does. About this with Brian James, who's Northwestern's assistant. He was saying, hey, he shot in the 30s and
who's a poor free throw shooter. The guys in the lane, you have a play designed to get the offensive rebound because you know he's going to miss half the time. Usually you cross over or slide behind your man, like Falzone tried to do right there.
There's Trimble, now Lehman. Weaving through, Lehman off balance, doesn't go. Van Zegeren the rebound for the Cats, and here comes McIntosh.
Part of the reason that Northwestern's having good success on the glass, Maryland has a small team. Carter's the 5, Lehman's the 4. None of their centers are in the game for the last 5 or 6 minutes.
5 to shoot for McIntosh. Little floater that goes in.
Tough shot. 8 assists and 8 rebounds the last time these two teams played.
Rebound to the Cats.
You've heard of one and done with guys going to the NBA. What we're seeing with Maryland is one and done at the offensive end. Take a shot, no offensive rebounds.
Literally none in the consolation to Chris Collins would be not a live ball turnover. That was what he was really concerned about, was his team not being able to get back and set its defense.
Well, they are prepared. There's no doubt about that. He did a great job of getting his guys ready for this game. Their defense has been superb, and their work on the offensive glass has been surprisingly good.
See if Maryland can get something going in the last 4 minutes of the half here. Suleiman, now Lehman. Trimble.
And one is not enough.
%44 for the game. But getting it done in a lot of other facets. Now Lehman the steal. And here come the Terps. Trimble the Nickens. Weaving through. Jared Dickens, our Motel 6 sixth man of the game.
He tried to catch the ball with one hand instead of two, almost lost it, but he made up for it with a nice play there.
There's Gavin Skelly for Northwestern, broke his nose in their win at Minnesota. Demps with a runner, left it short. For the rebound.
Demps and Suleiman both absent. The two guards not performing in this game.
Olaf thought about the three. The big guy
Terps on D has increased in the last few minutes.
Really hounding McIntosh. Here's Skelly. Nice feed to Ola, but he can't hit. Ola has struggled around the rim uncharacteristically as he tries to. Here's Trimble for three, and Maryland takes the lead.
You can't leave him alone.
First lead of the game for the Terps, an 8-0 run. Now a turnover. Here's Lehman. And he's fouled by Skelly.
Lehman's been part of this whole run here. Stepping in passing lanes, using his... Why are you leaving him alone? They got caught in a switch. Bad execution there. And Lehman coming into your living room. This guy's an athlete. Great anticipation there on D.
Jacob Lehman hits the first free throw, a guy who nearly left for the NBA draft last year. Actually said there was a point where he was leaning toward leaving. Coming up in just a minute or so to check the speed on all things Big Ten, including the Illinois-Indiana games. Now a 10-0 run by Maryland as Northwestern tries to stem the tide. They had executed their game plan to a T up until the last few minutes.
Because he broke his nose against Minnesota. Players look fatigued right now.
Now Lehman. Nice feed down low and a dive, but it was blocked from behind by Skelly. Here's McIntosh in transition. Through traffic, and he lays it in. What a move by Bryant McIntosh.
The soft.
So Northwestern ends its scoring drought in somewhat notable fashion.
McIntosh between three guys.
Bryant McIntosh, an acrobatic hoop.
He
Shot clock is off, Bob.
Sorry, he averages 16.
And so now Maryland will go into a little bit of an offensive set. Here's Suleiman around the screen from Carter. In the corner, Trimble for three, not there. And it's knocked out of bounds. So we'll go to Northwestern with 0.4 of a second.
They execute.
And that'll do it for the first half here in College Park, 31-29. Acrobatic layup. The Wildcats have led most of the way, but it's Maryland by 2. State Farm halftime report after the break. Diamond Stone had foul trouble, so he played sparingly, just 4 points for him. Derek Harden got off to the great start for Northwestern with 8 early points, but he too went to the bench with 2 fouls. So we'll see if those guys are able to be more of an offensive factor in the second half.
We'll see if maturity
to shoot for McIntosh. The pull-up, not there. Kept offensive rebound.
They are quicker to the ball.
Floater by McIntosh, way off the mark. That is a shot that he generally fares reasonably.
Compact defense, inviting the three. It's been successful so far.
Trimble in the corner. Not there. Tipped around. Demps has it for the Wildcats. Here's Trey Demps through the lane. In on Suleiman. Knocked away. It'll be Northwestern ball.
Three-point shooting in the game. Very important for Northwestern. They're halfway to their goal of 8. They made 4 in the first half. Chris Collins has to get his team shooting threes.
If you're just joining us, this is a team under 28% from 3 in Big Ten play. That is last in the league. Have particularly struggled at home, somewhat counterintuitively, and that will be the story of their year. They're undefeated on the road at 4-0. McIntosh, nowhere to go with it, and it will stay with the Wildcats.
Something not successful so far.
There's foul zone. Out there. Northwestern still has not shot it well. They're under 40%.
Carter, number 4, not much of a factor in the first half. Had 25 against Ohio State.
There's Lehman, and he throws it away.
You know, a lot of times good scouting on the part of Chris Collins and his staff. Somebody was right on Trimble, so the pass was not available, and Lehman got stuck.
Turnovers. With everything that went wrong in that game against Penn State the other night, they had only 4 turnovers. That was not the issue. Here's Van Zeveren, and there is a turnover from McIntosh. Nice save by Lehman right along the sideline.
Lehman's giving them
points now for Carter. And Maryland's lead is 4.
First 4 minutes of the second half, vital to set the tone. And so far, Maryland has played better here.
Really pushed.
Well, you want guys to hustle, and Jake Lehman has been doing that in this game for the Terps. Hustle and then clever with the back pass. And as a result of that hustle, Carter gets a little shot at the other end. Well done both ends by the forwards.
Foul on DeMonte Dodd, his first. Spin move goes to the left hook. He just doesn't have the offensive game that you typically see from Alex Ola. Again, his second game back after missing 6 with a foot injury, and Trimble hits the pull-up, now 9 for Melo Trimble.
Ola has no push. He's not getting off the floor like he normally does on those little half hook shots. Very good.
Here's Pardon working on Lehman, and Derek Pardon picks up where he left off before the foul trouble, now in double figures.
Well, he had 8 points in the first half, and he only I wonder if Suleiman is getting a little frustrated with no points.
Here's so it's Maryland ball.
Melo Trimble's an All-American, and he's going to have to play like it in the second half to pull this one out. Tight game. going to try to get it into them. He's been killing them inside. Freeze it right. By Carter, and watch the weak side help right here by Diamond Stone. This is excellent defense, fronting and coming from behind on a guy who's hurting you on the interior. Nice adjustment by Stone and Carter on that play.
Been a tough second half for the Wildcats. Just 1 of 7 from the field. They've turned it over twice. See if Chris Collins can get something going coming out of the timeout. McIntosh in the corner. And Falzone drains the 3. So a big shot there from the freshman Falzone.
That was the play we described a little while ago where Lehman got stuck because the man in the opposite.
Maroon Rom back in there for Maryland. We talked about him in the first half. The graduate student, outstanding student, graduate.
Falzone in the opposite corner. The baseline drive, they lose contact, and as a result, they pay the price.
So the travel called there on Diamond Stone, and now Chris Collins' team trying to cut into that deficit. Again, they led much of the way, about 16 and a half minutes in the first half. Maryland has taken over here in the second.
Look at how Stone moved his feet there.
Really hounding McIntosh out top. So we take a look at our Quicken Loans amazing performance, and Trimble has been fantastic tonight. He was great when they met in Evanston earlier this month. The difference has been Rashid Suleiman, who has been largely absent.
They both played great in Evanston. 24 points, 8 assists, 8 rebounds for Melo Trimble. And of course, Suleiman in that game, 16 points, 6 assists, 6 rebounds. He's taking depths out of the game as well.
Speaking out of the game, Diamond Stone his 3rd foul, so he sits down. McIntosh to Lindsay, hit one in the first half. A floater there that rims out. And Lehman with the rebound. Nickens into Carter, working on Van Zegeren.
Well, Maryland has Rom in the game, who's a non-scorer.
Hoops doubleheader tomorrow night, part of Super Wednesday. Nebraska has been playing very well. They go to East Lansing to take on a Michigan State team that's scuffling a bit. And the Gophers and the Wolverines in Ann Arbor. Coverage starts at 6:30 Eastern, presented by Buffalo Wild Wings on BT.
In the conference, he plays big for a 6'6" guy.
Was impressed with Minnesota over the weekend. Thought they played better. They had had 2 really poor outings in a row. Trimble creates some space. The floater doesn't go, and Dempsey's back in there for Northwestern. About him. And he is the crowd favorite. They love him. The intensity in his eyes, Bob, is really something. There's McIntosh. The lob to Van Zegeren. Another turnover for Maryland. That's a dozen for the Terps.
They average 13, so this is way above normal for them.
Hughes, first time in nearly a decade that Duke has dropped 3 in a row. Here we've got number 7 Maryland The 5-point lead over the Wildcats. And speaking of Duke, Rashid Suleiman still looking for his first points, the Duke transfer.
Right now is a critical time for Maryland. Nursing this lead, Trimble on the bench.
These two teams just 5 field goals combined here in the second half. Defense is kind of taken over. There's Mac. Tries to sneak it in there, and they turn it over.
Didn't like it, but that was a legal screen. Demps makes a very, very tough shot. The fadeaway. Collins has confidence in Demps because he's played so many years. He's a senior, even though he's been in a slump for quite some time. That was a big shot.
Or so has been able to get on track as McIntosh now into double figures with 11, and he continues to impress. Four and a half minutes. Just one of their last 5 from the field. Trimble try to break down McIntosh.
Side defense of Northwestern is impressive. There are no easy baskets in the lane.
See the offensive rebound, but I believe he was fouled. Sure, that was exactly how he diagrammed it. The result is all that matters. That foul was on Lehman, his second. That's the midway point here in the second half. Been an entertaining game from College Park.
If they score this time, they've weathered the storm. Weathered the storm. It looked like Maryland was going to get them, and they were expanding their lead, and now it's back.
Trimble back heel and out, and it's tracked down by McIntosh. Northwestern can retake the lead. Lumped it.
Quality shots. Maryland not getting them. Northwestern is getting them. On the push, they're retreating defense.
Foul on Demonte Dodd, number 2 for him. So pardon. Rick Pizzo, Sean Morris breaking down the full night of action, highlights and analysis of this game, and Indiana's dismantling of Illinois as well. The 3rd team in the last week to go over 100 in conference play in the Big Ten after it hadn't happened in 4 years.
It's amazing. Maybe it's the new rules. I'm sure the committee who did
has scratched and clawed its way back into this one. Now Suleiman fouled by McIntosh.
Suleiman wants to put it on the floor and go. And every time he does it, there's hands in the way, there's bodies in the way when he tries to get into the lane. He's a 50% shooter from 3-point range, but hasn't been able to get any kind effect right there. You're not allowed to touch a guy at all on the dribble, facing the basket. So it makes it really tough to guard quick players who have good handle.
Here's Stone, right down and under. Diamond Stone can't get it to go. And Stone trying to track it down. Great hustle. But Pardon comes out of there with it for the Wildcats.
They've got numbers right here.
Falzone thought about the three. Falzone into the lane. And Northwestern. Northwestern had been on a 12-2 run before that Trimble hoop. Northwestern came close to beating them here last year. They led for virtually the entire game, but Maryland led for the last 2 seconds, and those were the ones that mattered. Shot clock under 7. Demps, the pull-up. Trey Demps coming alive.
Trey Demps.
How about those smiles on the sideline? They know their two guard is after it.
Trimble tried to answer. Not there. And McIntosh comes up with it. McIntosh spinning around Suleiman, and he was fouled.
Northwestern, are you believing? Those guys on the bench are. Falzone fakes the three and takes it in.
Western has battled its way back.
McIntosh doesn't believe it, but it's true. Melo Trimble moved his feet and got right in the path. Doug Collins used to do that, and so did his son Chris when he was playing at Duke.
Pardon. And the rebound to Demps. Northwestern continues to do a very nice job on the glass.
2 offensive rebounds the entire game for Maryland.
I don't want to make excuses for Maryland, Bob, at their next 2 games at Michigan State and home against Iowa. You wonder whether, after dismantling Ohio State, maybe they're looking ahead a bit. Demps for 3. Not there. Rebound Layman.
Well, to answer your query right there, if they are, that's a big mistake. In this conference, we see evidence of it every single day.
Stone. Rebound Falzone.
Maryland has a history of playing close games and winning them.
15-2 in games decided by 6 or less over the last 2 years, including a huge one against the Wildcats a year ago. Had it blocked, and Layman comes out of there with it. Now Carter. Knocked away by Pardon. McIntosh has Demps with him. Demps ahead of the pack on a block by Layman. Lumpkin throws it down. And Maryland calls timeout.
What action! They want to make it. Carter. Lots of traffic. 3/4 court pass.
They did on the road this year. They've beaten Virginia Tech. They've beaten DePaul, Nebraska, Minnesota. But Mark Turgeon's team, obviously the highest hurdle they've had. Up by 4 here. Final 5.5 minutes. Trimble, nifty reverse. Well done under the timeout. weaving through. Not a great shot. Cover the rebound. Here's Trimble. Hanging. Left it short. Good hustle by Suleiman. Layman for three. Go! And now Northwestern takes time.
Tense, 17,000 people witnessing. Layman, cool customer.
Pre-owned models.
On this, Dave, he ran down that Melo Trimble miss.
Demps to Lumpkin. It goes through his hands.
Good thought, but it was too tight. McIntyre.
Here's Carter for three. Rebound to Demps. Carter's been largely a non-factor. 6 points for him.
He's been doing it on the boards.
Demps getting the screen from foul zone. 5 to shoot. Trey Demps held the ball for about 15 seconds there. Van Zegeren the rebound, throws it up, no. Comes out to Van Zegeren. Demps has it. McIntosh, three ball, not there. Another battle for the board. And again Northwestern has it. And again they miss.
This is admirable. Everybody after it. They're on the floor. That's desire.
On a night where Maryland hasn't had a lot of guys step up offensively, those two have come up big.
Well, it's a low-scoring game, and the defense has been intense on both sides. And the most admirable thing about this game in terms of the teams is Northwestern's dominance on the offensive glass. Chris Collins' team has 14 offensive rebounds in this game. The Terps have only 3, and that's a sign of desire.
The issue is they've faltered offensively. They've hit just one of their last 10 shots. Missed a few on that last possession. Here's Trimble. Now Suleiman again yet to score in this game. Suleiman. And he's fouled by foul zone.
Well, Suleiman is forcing that one. There's no doubt about that. What you would expect in this.
Four fouls now on foul zone as Suleiman, who of course has a game at Evanston, said how happy he is that Suleiman has found a place for himself after getting asked to leave the Duke team last year.
All the bigs are on the bench for Maryland. They're playing small.
Suleiman misses both free throws. And so now Northwestern, the door's still open for the Wildcats.
Nickens and Suleiman must get it after it on the defensive glass, as well as Trimble.
Is there offense out there for Northwestern? McIntosh is fouled by Trimble.
Maryland now the Melo Trimble, his second personal. It's the 7th team foul.
Watch the body. Looks like he got him on the forearm.
Brian McIntosh to the stripe for Northwestern is just 2 of 6. A very poor free throw shooting team, although McIntosh is a good shooter himself at about 84%. That is that one out. There's Trimble.
He's better when he gets a head up of steam.
Suleiman, what are you doing? Oh my goodness.
I mean, Suleiman has confidence in himself, I guess, but I'll tell you what, for a guy who hasn't made a shot all game, that's not what you want.
Blaming the rebound.
Every shot in the last 2 minutes of this game.
Minute and a half to go in this one. Shot clock at 10. They get it back into Trimble's hands.
He made one from here against Wisconsin.
Trimble through the lane. He lost it. It was off Northwestern, but just 2 seconds to shoot. Huddle with Pat Driscoll and a couple of the Northwestern players. I'm wondering whether they're going to go to the monitor here to see, and that's what Chris Collins wants. And do that to see who it went out of bounds off of.
It's Melo Trimble's foot.
Well, that's what the Northwestern players are saying.
Yeah.
That's not what the officials said. Again, this is, I think, a great change in college basketball. We're able to go. I mean, at this point in the game, if you have the technology to get it right, let's get it right.
Yeah, no, I don't think there's any question about that. And
you see it here.
yeah, I think it went off the foot of Demps, actually. So even if they get the ball here, a lob to the middle of the lane.
Some of their bigs have really not been factors in this game. Stone had the foul trouble in the first half.
Territory holding up 2 fingers as if to say there's 2 seconds on the shot clock. Now we see the substitution. See Diamond Stone coming in right now. Number 33 is coming into the game.
Maybe you try to work some sort of lob here. And Gene Steratore coming over and explaining to us that it looked like it did go off the Wildcats. I kind of thought it went off Lumpkin upon watching it again, and then it just made its way to the hoop without anyone hitting
The
it.
lob to Diamond Stone is the play here. That's why he's in the game for the substitution. Only 2 seconds.
Carter. A shot clock violation, says Gene Steratore.
Well, I think Diamond Stone's coming out of the game, and Dodd is coming in because he's a better defensive player, more experienced. So Stone's insertion was to go for the lob, and they didn't have it.
You surprised Northwestern doesn't have Harden in the game? I mean, he's been such a good offensive weapon for them. Van Zegeren, not much of a low. McIntosh loses it out of bounds. A turnover from Brian McIntosh at the worst time for Northwestern.
He doesn't make many mistakes. He's made a couple on
Diamond Stone in there for Maryland. out of bounds, and it will be Northwestern ball.
They got a clean shot. Didn't
Just 8 field goals in this half for the Wildcats.
take a look at this. It's a 1-4 low. He doesn't want to screen. The spark in this game defensively all game long. They went 1-4 low. Lehman helped and then recovered.
Here comes Trimble.
They can take the last shot. 1 second difference. The trouble with taking a timeout right now. Some of the key plays today. Carter tries. Tremendous defense right there. McIntosh tries to get into the game. They inbounded it into the corner. That's a no-no. Trimble's alive. The Terps have survived close games in this building. 1.2 seconds to go. Going to keep the ball in his hands. And right here, McIntosh is going to try to face guard Trimble and stay with him.
Shot clock is off. It all comes down to this. Melo Trimble against Bryant McIntosh. Trimble gets the screen. Trimble going to pull up. Left it short. Scramble, and we're going to overtime.
All smiles by the Northwestern crew. Right guy took the shot. What you wonder about sometimes is whether if bringing a screen to a guy like Trimble is the best option. Lehman faked a screen. Carter came up and screened for him. When you do Coach Collins is happy. They're going to overtime against the number 17 in the nation.
Chris Collins' team has been great in overtime this year. They are 3-0. They beat Columbia early in the year. They won at Virginia Tech. It's good, but again, this is a place that not only has not been kind to Northwestern, it hasn't been kind to any visiting teams in the Big Ten.
Well, last year in this building, Des Wells made a shot with 1.4 to go. Here it is.
He's made big shots in the past. Contested shot, got it! Triple, long three, rims on Wells!
Well, how about that? 2 years in a row, we have carbon copy type of games between Northwestern and Maryland.
And the Terrapins, as the Terrapins are in rare form. They are ready to go here for overtime. Maryland comes into this game 15-2. They absolutely annihilated Ohio State in their last game. They've got Michigan State on Saturday, Iowa next Thursday. Northwestern coming off the loss at home to Penn State. They have not lost on the road this year. And we're ready to go for 5 more minutes of what has been, if not necessarily the most aesthetically pleasing game of the year.
Exciting the whole way. 14 offensive rebounds in the game for the visitors, only 3 for the home team.
There's Carter. Now Carter double teamed. Here's Trimble. Hitting and he's fouled by Van.
Credit to Carter. Instead of forcing it up, he dishes to the All-American, and he makes the play.
And Melo Trimble basically automatic at the free throw line. He's now hit 47 of his last 48.
And he trails Joey King of Minnesota for the best free throw shooter in the Big Ten.
Which tells you how well Joey King shoots free throws.
92.
Foul zone, yes!
How about that? He faked Jake Layman out. Layman came out to challenge the 3 because that's what the scouting report says.
Sixteenth turnover for Maryland.
Falzone has a reputation as a 3-point shooter. And because of that, Layman runs out at him and tries to challenge. He floats from about 9 feet away. Heck of a shot.
So now the Wildcats can take the lead. Northwestern's led it for about 20 minutes. McIntosh. Off glass, doesn't go. Rebound Carter. Here comes Trimble in transition. Suleiman into foul zone. And he'll go to the line. And that is going to be it for Aaron Falzone. He is fouled out of this game.
There haven't been many fast breaks in this game, but this is one. Trimble passes ahead. Now Suleiman has missed his last 2 free throws when he went to the line last time. The fact that Falzone is out of this game is important because he's been a very, very good offensive player. He challenges people with his 3, and he's demonstrated in this game he's more than that.
A Falzone out of this game. 13 points for him. Again, the Big Ten finale presented by Reese's coming up right after the game. Scotty Lindsey checks in for the Wildcats. Suleiman goes to the free throw line. Falzone actually leading Northwestern in scoring at this point in the game. So as you say, that's a big void as Suleiman missed his first 2 free throws. He hits that one. So the first point for Rashid Suleiman comes in overtime.
Mark Turgeon was a terrific player at Kansas. Collins also was a terrific player at Duke. These guys have played in these kind of situations.
And Maryland extends the lead back out to 3.
Suleiman's defense on Demps is important. Demps has had a career where he has made tough shots in endgame situations.
Lumpkin right through the lane. There's Suleiman. Talk about the 3. Their patience now from the Turks. Trimble to Lehman in the corner. Carter with 5 to shoot. Suleiman just inside the arc.
Lehman gave up his shot. Carter gave up his shot. Defense not there on this one.
Northwestern 37%, Maryland 41 from the field, a team that shoots over 50. Van Zegeren gets it to go. Joey Van Zegeren, his first field goal, and Northwestern retakes the lead.
Dodd made a mistake. He went to the corner and he didn't have to, leaving his man all alone in the paint. Because of that, he's coming out. Stone's coming in.
Timeout for the Terps as Van Zegeren gets a critical 2.
2 guys on the ball, nobody guarding Joey inside, and he delivers. Error.
You see all kinds of enthusiasm from that. At home against Wisconsin, that their only top 100 RPI win. They also got an overtime road win, as we mentioned, against Virginia Tech, who's have an average.
RPIs change daily. Their RPI is going to change dramatically if they win this game.
Stone surrounded inside, the near turnover. And now Trimble.
Nice pass inside.
What a feed from Melo Trimble. Sweet. Here's Deb's long 3-ball that gets stuck.
In late game, in traffic, vision everywhere. Easy lay-in, the help came and he delivered. You get a new shot clock when the ball gets stuck like that. So
Holding his team.
McIntosh wants left. McIntosh got away with a push-off. I don't know about that.
Yeah, nor do I. Well, if it's any consolation to Maryland, Van Zegeren is not a good foul shooter. And he misses that one. Northwestern has been dreadful at the free throw line.
Take a look at this, what he's looking at. That's hard to make a free throw with that.
He hits 1 of 2.
That'll make you dizzy, man, if you're at the free throw line.
4 points for Van Zegeren, even at 55.
There's only one guy who should be making plays here, and that's the guy with the ball.
Stone comes out to set the screen. Trimble to Stone. He hits it.
And this shows you why Stone's absence has been vital. He can score. That guy can pass. He's got the knack. This kid's a terrific free throw shooter. 80%.
It was a beauty. And so now the lead back up to 3.
Turgeon was in a rock and a hard place with Diamond Stone. Had fouls early, defended poorly, kept him on the bench. They need him for offense.
Here's Demps. 1 minute to go in the game.
Nice D. Suleiman's digging in.
Demps wants the shot here. He'll
players got in each other's way. They're huddling up here to say it's okay. Van Zegren's finding himself in critical situations. Watch this play. 3 wide. Maryland has to be careful now.
One of 2 again for Van Zegren. He has 5.
Well, there's more than one possession left because it's 43, right? So they got to make sure, Maryland's got to make sure they get something good here.
Here's Stone working on Van Zegren, and Van Zegren called for the block. And so that will send Diamond Stone, the outstanding foul shooter, to the line.
What an impact Stone's presence in the game has made. In overtime, he catches passes, he gets his way to be open, and he makes his free throws.
3 of 3 here tonight. Trying to get into double figures for the 12th straight time. He has 9 points, as you can see. And we showed you earlier what an outstanding free throw shooter he is. It will be 2 shots here. I believe. Yes, that was the 10th foul.
Automatically when it's 2 instead of 1-on-1.
Stone here at the line. So now 10 points. 6 of them here in the second half. Clutch foul shooting from Diamond Stone, who will sit down.
Offense, defense, substitutions going on. The guy only played about 9 minutes in the game. Has been a hero for Mark Turgeon.
Northwestern has to get something in a hurry, and McIntosh takes a timeout.
They've got a foul. On a make, they've got a press.
60-56 here in overtime as we take a look at our action so far in the OT bout.
Joey Van Zegren scores his first basket of the game. Melo delivering. In his hands when things are going badly for the Terps.
Trimble, one of just 2 Terrapins in double figures, 18 points, 6 assists. The other one is Stone. Through McIntosh. Does McIntosh take the shot here, Bob?
You want him to have the ball in his hands like Trimble has had the ball in his hands. Now, had he caught that ball in the air and went into the backcourt, it would have been a violation. Chris Collins right on top of it.
Well, they dodge a bullet there. inbound right in front of us.
McIntosh is going to create. Lindsay's spotting up.
McIntosh lost it on the way up. Does not go. Rebound to Maryland.
You notice how when McIntosh goes to the right, three times.
So that foul on McIntosh, that's number 3 on him. And that sends Carter to the line.
He makes both. And Northwestern's got to make 2 threes, which is nearly impossible at this stage.
From Georgia Tech. Well, touch at the line down the stretch. And now Northwestern in an enormous. For it, held ball, and McIntosh got a timeout. McIntosh able to call a timeout on the floor there. Certainly a very game effort on the road here.
Northwestern did a fantastic job, but Maryland has this guy named Melo Trimble on their team, and he is first-team All-American. Without him, they lose this game by 10, 15 points. Endgame situation. This was first half. When they were struggling, he made plays going to the basket. His stuff in the end game is what separates him from a lot of other really, really good players. And here it is. Drives to the basket, saving the day for his team. 18 points, 6 assists. He just has the knack.
Hard to say enough about how impressive he is, the preseason Big Ten Player of the Year, and he absolutely lives up to the hype. It's such a pleasure to watch him
No doubt
in
about
person.
it. No doubt about it.
You see some frustration from Chris Collins, obviously trying to build a program at Northwestern. Year 3 here for him, and them in ultimately. McIntosh misses that one. Rebounded. Don Lehman has it, and that will do it. Maryland survives in overtime. The Terps 17-2 on the year, 6-1 in the Big Ten as they win their 24th straight home game. They have still never lost a conference home game since joining the Big Ten. 62-56 is the final, and they improve to 16-2 in games decided by 6 points or less over the last 2 years. Melo Trimble phenomenal in this.